Okay, so NS9's topic was on 8.1, that's pretty much hypothesis testing. So we're gonna start off with some definitions here. The first one is statistical hypothesis, which is a hypothesis that is testable on the basis of observing a process that is modeled via a set of random variables. Check. Hypothesis testing, number 2 here, is an analytical test or a statistical sample with the goal of accepting or rejecting a null hypothesis. The test tells the analyst whether or not his primary hypothesis is true. If it isn't true, the analyst formulates a new hypothesis to be tested, repeating the process until the data reveals a true hypothesis. Okay, the next one is null hypothesis. And is a general statement or default position that there is no relationship between the two measured phenomena or no association among the groups. Next we have alternative hypothesis, which is a statement to be tested. It is always written as a value of a population parameter, which is something like mu. These things are. God damn it! It's fine. We got that checked off. And then we have the level of significance, which is the probability of making a type 1 error. And lastly, the critical value, which separates the critical region from a non-critical region. And that's the definition.
All right, here's an example of how to identify HO and H1 and determine what kind of test it is. The mean amount of water used in a bathtub in a low-income area is 124 gallons. The city wishes to find out the mean amount of water used in bathtubs is more than 124 gallons for the whole city. So the hypothesis is HO mu equals 124 gallons, and this one is mu equals, it does not equal.
Yeah, good.
It's actually greater than
124
124 gallons. Trying to trick you guys there. So this means it is a right-tailed test. No, that's not. Right-tailed test. And we see this because the little alligator mouth is open that way, but it's pointing to the right, making it a right-tailed test.
And for our last example here, we'll state a conclusion also. So the example reads, the mean score on the SAT math reasoning exam is 518. The test preparation company states that the mean score of the students who takes the course is higher than 518. So we have to determine the null and alternative hypothesis here. So right here, we'll go a little of this. And then this would be right-tailed. And then for B here, we're asked to make a graph here on a standard normal curve, so we can do this real quick. For here, our critical value would be 1.64, and our will be right here, 0.05. Shade this region, and of course, since 0.05, this would also be 0.95 the area. And you can also determine the critical value here through inverse norm, 0.95, 0, and 1. And then
what in the world happened to you?
Alright, to continue that, since we just got kicked out of the library, we're here on top of the staircase. So if sample data indicate the null hypothesis should not be rejected, state the conclusion of the company. So it would be, we do not have evidence to claim. And then if sample data indicate that the null hypothesis should be rejected, state the conclusion of the company. And that would be, we do have evidence to